Hi, people of the internet. Random thought number 1. So I was thinking the other day, have you ever thought about how much you could change your life or day or whatever you're having at that time by one single action? Like, you have so much control over what you do, like how your life turns out and stuff. So you could just be standing in a public area and you could do anything. Your options are limitless. Like, you could just stand in a place with lots of people and completely humiliate yourself just on a whim. Or you could do some terrible crime, like steal something and ruin the rest of your life. Sometimes I'm sitting in class and I think to myself, I could just do anything right now. Like, I could go up to the front of the class and start singing Obla Di Obla Da by the Beatles, you know? I could just do whatever. I could look to the guy next to me and kiss him even if I've never met him before. I could pretend I'm drunk. I could just stand up on my chair, get up on my desk, and start yodeling and tap dancing even though I don't know how to tap dance. I could just start screaming bloody murder in the middle of class. You see what I mean? You can just do anything and just completely change the way your day is going or the way your life is going. Like, you don't have to keep being your normal self. You know? Have you ever thought about that? Random thought number 2. You know how different life would be if people could fly? We wouldn't have as much pollution because we wouldn't need cars unless people were so lazy that they didn't even want to take the time to fly places. It would be kind of ridiculous because who wouldn't want to fly places if you had the option to? So there would be less pollution. There would be less car crashes because there would be no cars to crash in. And and you could crash like flying places. Just, oh look, there's a person, but I don't really know who would be stupid enough to purposefully crash into somebody. And also it'd be a lot easier to not die while crashing because if you crashed into somebody and you were falling, and then you could just fly and stop yourself from hitting the ground. So there would be probably less deaths. You could get places a lot faster because there wouldn't be, there would be a lot of traffic obviously because everybody would be going places, but there would be no lanes or stoplights or anything. You would just go. And it would be wonderful because then you would never be late to school. Cheaper. It doesn't cost anything to have wings on your back or to just have the ability to fly. Because you don't have to pay for gas, you don't have to pay for tickets, you don't have to pay for parking places. Everything would be so much better because you would have more money. Because you wouldn't have to spend money on going places. It'd be great. You don't have to park your wings anywhere. I think we should just all spontaneously be able to fly. That's my solution to things that need solving. Random thought number 3. I'm sure everybody has thought about this at some point in their lives, but what if animals could talk? It would be totally different from what it's like now. Because for one, you would be less inclined to keep them as your pet, because it would be weird. Share their feelings, communicate with actual words, rather than, what are you saying, dog? I don't know what you're saying. What are you wanting? It's like babies. You don't know what they want. They're saying things, but you can't understand their language. If animals could talk, would they do what humans can do? Would they have jobs? Would they make their own food? Would they walk around on their hind legs? Probably not, because that would be really weird. Would there be hunting. Like, imagine killing a bear or a deer. Who'd be like, no, don't kill me, oh my gosh, it'd be like murder. Ever think about that? Killing an animal who could talk would be more like murder instead of just hunting for food. Life would be very different. I guess it's a good thing that animals don't talk, because then things would be very difficult. But they would also be really easy, because then you could tell if your pet wanted food or outside. And they wouldn't pee on the floor all the time or make messes with regurgitated food all over the floor, because they'd be like, take me to the toilet because I need to chuck my lunch in there. But then again, they're kind of a lot cuter if they can't talk, because then they just make cute noises from their mouth. Random thought number 4. Why is it so hard to keep a room clean? Bedroom specifically. Because when I clean my room, I feel really good about myself. I have accomplished something that I've been meaning to do for several weeks or months. And then I tell myself, after I have finished cleaning my room, I'm going to keep it clean this time, and I'm never going to make a mess in my room again, because it's kind of nice to walk around my room without having to step on shoes and clothes and pillows and things. But then the next day arrives and there's a mess suddenly on my floor that I made because I'm lazy. Oh, I just answered my own question. Laziness. That's why I can never keep my room clean. When I tell myself that I'm going to keep it clean, I believe myself, because it's like, oh, I'm wearing an outfit today. Tonight, when I change into my pajamas, I'm going to either throw my outfit into the laundry or put it away. But it ends up on the floor. Not in my closet, not in my laundry basket, on the floor. Because laziness. Why are humans lazy? I'll tell you why. Because we're humans, that's why. Laziness. Life would be so much easier if we weren't lazy. The world would be better if people weren't lazy. And rooms would be cleaner if people weren't lazy. Random thought number 5. Who came up with the idea of giving gift certificates as a gift? I mean, if you think about it, it doesn't really make sense. Even if it's their absolute favorite store. Like, let's say somebody adores Target because Target is freaking amazing. And so you're like, oh, I'll give them a $20 gift card to Target for their birthday. So you give it to them. And they can only spend that money at Target. Why not just give them a $20 bill? Because then they could spend it anywhere they want to, or they could put it in their savings account. But when you give a gift card, they're very limited in their options of where they can take it and buy things. Don't get me wrong, I like gift cards because, I mean, sure, you can spend it on your favorite store or whatever, but I would rather have actual money that I can take anywhere I want. I am not chained to a certain store when I hold this card. Invisible card. I don't know, I just think gift cards are kind of a weird idea. And whoever invented them had a potentially good idea, but just should have thrown that thought out the window. Defenestrated that thought. Random thought number 6. Money is really gross. It's probably one of the dirtiest things you could ever touch. You don't know where that dollar bill that the cashier register person just handed you has been. It could have been in the panties of some stripper from a strip club. That's really random and gross, and I'm sorry, I just put that thought into your mind. But, or some kid could just take a wad of dollar bills and then spit them back out and put them back in your mom's wallet. And also, when you find money on the ground, the ground is gross, the ground is dirty. And you just picked up some money off of that ground. You don't know where that ground has been. You don't know what has happened on that particular spot on that ground. I would suggest washing your hands after you touch money. and I would advise you not to put money on your face or eat money. Don't eat money. That's a waste. And you know how many hands that money has passed through? Like, if you have a coin from 1987, it's not super old, but it's still pretty old. You know how many hands have touched that particular coin? If it's that old, and money goes around very quickly, it goes through very many hands in its lifetime. And so when you have that coin in your fingertips, just think of how many people have touched it. I'm pretty disgusted. Money is gross. It's nice to have, sure, but it's gross. I hope you enjoyed those random thoughts. If you have any more random thoughts that you want me to rant about, comment below. I'll try to have more videos up soon. I am a lazy person because I'm a human and I'm new to this YouTube thing, even though I made my first video months ago. Thanks for watching!